Here's a question. Suppose while driving a car, animal on the road, hit the brake, and the function of the distance that it takes to stop as a function of r, where the rate of speed is 23 over 20 times by r plus 3/4. So it's a linear function where this is your slope and this is your y-intercept. A, find the slope of this line and interpret its meaning. So the slope of 20 over 3 over 20, yeah, that's right. And it takes 23 over 20 feet longer to stop, yep. Then it says find d of 5. So d of 5 means I just plug a 5 in everywhere I see an r. And I usually like putting brackets there for it. And then I simplify that. Now, if you want to simplify it, and they probably want it as a fraction, what I could do is I could call this 25 over 1. So I can divide 5 into itself goes once, and into 20 goes 4 times. So that would be 23 over 4 plus 3 over 4. That would be 26 over 4. Divide each of those by 2 would be 13 over 2. So that's how long it would take to stop. Is that 6.5 feet? 6.5 meters? Whatever the thing is measured in. Oh, it's in miles per hour, so it's probably feet. 6.5 feet. So if you're in 5 miles an hour, you hit the brakes, 6.5 feet. That makes sense. Let's try one more. So let's find the distance that it takes. Let's go 25. If we're traveling 25. So it'd be 23 over 20 times 25 plus 3/4. Now, if you have a calculator that does fractions, you could just type that in. Unfortunately, when you type things into decimals, decimals I don't think does fractions. We can try though. Let's try it. Browser decimals. Okay. So there's what I want to type in. So 23 over 20. Whoops. 23 over 20. Okay, go over, bracket, 25, and bracket, plus 3 over divide 4, 29.5. So my answer comes out to 29.5. Now the question here says simplify your answer. So they probably mean they want fractions. So I guess you could write that as 29.5. Or if you'd want to change it to an improper fraction, take 2 and multiply by the 29. That'll give you, what's that, 58 plus 1. So that would be the same thing as 59 over 2. Alternatively, you can do it with the fractions. Let's try that. So 5 will go into here 4, 5 will go into there 5. So I have 23 times 5. Is that 115? Over 4 plus 3 over 4. Okay, so that gives me 118 over 4. Oh, it's not the same. Oh, but I can simplify this. Divide 118 by 2, 59. Divide 4 by 2, 2. There we go. So that would be the distance that it would take to stop. For me, a fraction, in this case, saying it takes you 59 over 2 feet to stop, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Typically, you'd write that as a decimal. That gives you a little bit more idea of how long it's going to take you to stop. All right, hopefully that helps.